Welcome to my channel Notes Explained, and here is the explanation of the third chapter, The Little Girl, written by KATHERINE Mansfield from the book BEEHIVE. In this chapter, I have tried my level best to explain each and every paragraph in a simple English by jotting down all the important points so that it would be helpful for you to learn easily. So please like, comment and share, and don't forget to subscribe so that you get the updates regularly. This is a story about a little girl named Kezia who was really very scared of her father. Whenever her father went to office, he often came to her and gave her a casual kiss, and she responded by saying, "Goodbye, father," though she was very scared deep inside and used to be very happy when he was not at home. Her heart again starts beating faster whenever he came back from office, and she hears him ordering mother for tea, newspaper, slippers downstairs, and she used to listen to all these things by sitting upstairs all alone. Whenever her father came back from office, her mother then called her to help her father in taking off his boots. By the time she reached downstairs in the drawing room, she used to see her father in spectacles, and this view made her more scared. Her father then ordered her to take off the boots and enquired if she had been a good girl the whole day. She then replied by stammering, "I don't know, father." And at this, her father used to say to her that if she stammered in that way, then her mother would take her to the doctor. So, in this paragraph, we can see how much scared Kezia was of her father. She used to be very happy whenever he was not at home, but whenever he was back to home, she was very much scared. She used to be scared enough, she started stammering in front of him whenever he asked any question. So, the fear in her had grown up to a high level. Her father realized that she only stammered whenever she was talking to him, but she talked to others in a fine manner. He told Kezia's mother that you have not taught her properly and is thus so much scared that she may commit suicide. He then ordered Kezia to carry back his teacup, and while doing so, Kezia observed that he was very big, had huge hands, neck and mouth, especially when he yawned. She took him to be like a giant. Kezia was very much scared of her father, but when she came in front of him, she observed that he had huge body, he had huge hands, huge feet, huge ears, eyes. So just imagine that it's obvious for her because she was a small girl with small hands, small legs, small eyes, ears. So she found it very strange when she came in front of her father who had huge hands and huge legs. So she took him to be like a giant. The only person she was quite friendly was her grandmother. On Sundays, her grandmother used to suggest Kezia to go and talk to her parents downstairs. She would then go and used to find her mother reading and her father sleeping on a sofa, covering his face with a handkerchief. His feet was on one of the best cushion and was busy snoring. As she stepped down, she sat quietly, staring her father, and as he woke up, he used to see her staring him, so he scolded her for staring him like a brown owl. It was once when her grandmother gave her an idea of surprising her father on his birthday, which was the next week. She suggested her to make a pin cushion made of yellow silk. She took her grandmother's suggestion, and with much hard work she sewed the three sides of the cushion. But had nothing to fill inside it. Her grandmother was also very busy in the garden at that moment. So she went to her mother's room and was searching for things to be filled inside it. Finally, she found some papers near the bed table. So she took them, cut them into pieces, and sewed the fourth side. She was very excited for the surprise gift made by her for her father. But there was something else. Something else had happened on that day. What was it? So, in this paragraph, we can understand that Kezia was caught finally because she took the paper that was actually a speech that was written by her father. It was written for the Port Authority. It was a very important paper. And Kezia, since she was a very small child, she didn't understand about it. She took the papers, cut into pieces, and filled inside the cushion. And for this, she got a nice scolding by everyone. Kezia was dragged downstairs to her father, where mother explained everything to her father. He inquired if she had really done it and stared at her angrily. He then told her mother to take her upstairs and put to bed. Kezia cried badly since she couldn't explain her parents about the reason behind the deed done and only looked at the pattern formed on the floor due to the evening light. As soon as she saw her father came in her room with a ruler, she tried to cover herself with a bedsheet, but her father pulled her out of it and taught her a lesson by beating in her little pink palms with the ruler. Though Kezia tried to tell him that it was for his birthday, he didn't listen to her. Much later, grandmother wrapped her in a shawl, put her on a rocking chair, trying to console her, but she was very much sad and clung her grandmother. Kezia inquired her grandmother the reason why God made fathers. Grandmother understood her feelings and tried to put Kezia to sleep and told her to forget, since grandmother also tried to explain father about Kezia's gift, but he didn't listen to her. So she told Kezia to forget about it, but Kezia didn't forget. Whenever she saw her father, she used to put her hands back and her face grew red due to fear. Kezia once heard some noise outside, so she peeped through the fence and saw Mr. MacDonald and his children were enjoying the game called tag. Mao, still a baby, was on his shoulders, and the four children were busy running around him playing the game. Kezia then understood that all fathers are not the same. Once, Kezia's mother became ill and was hospitalized. Kezia and grandmother went to visit her, but later she was left at home with Alice, the cook. It was during night time when Alice put her to bed, but Kezia was scared instead. As she slept alone, she was worried that what would happen if she had a nightmare, because she gets too scared and can't stay in the dark all alone, and starts whispering since it used to be night time, so she doesn't cry out loud. Whenever Granny used to be near her, she used to take Kezia to her room. Alice advised her that nothing would happen and asked her to sleep silently and not to scream since her father may be awake. Imagine what happened after she slept. She had a nightmare and started crying. Kezia saw that a butcher means a person who cuts and sells meat, approaching towards her with a rope and a knife in his hand. She then called her granny for help, but as she woke up, she saw her father by her side with a candle, inquiring her of what had happened to her. Kezia couldn't explain him again because she was also very scared of her father. So she could only say, "A butcher, a knife," and said that she wanted Granny. Father then blew the candle, took her to the big bedroom, removed the paper that was there, and tucked means covered her properly and slept beside her. Since Kezia was very much scared of the butcher, so she had no other option and had to sleep with her father. She stared at her father, who held her, and saw that he too smiled like the butcher and snuggled. Snuggled means to move close to another person. So Kezia snuggled or moved towards her father and held his shirt tightly. Her father then told her to rub her feet against his legs in order to warm her feet. When she slept with her father, she felt that he was not that big as she thought so, and also felt sad since there was no one to look after him. She felt that her father was harder than her granny, since whenever she clung or hugged Granny, she felt that she was soft. All her misunderstanding about him was clear on that day. She understood that her father was too busy to be Mr. McDonald, and suddenly remembered about the important paper that was torn by her. She then stirred or moved a little bit and sighed, and when her father asked what had happened, she told that she saw another dream, which was just a lie told by her. As Kezia slept close to her father, her head was close to his heart, and she could feel his heartbeat. She then thought that though he was not that huge as she thought so, but he had a big heart. So here comes the end of the very beautiful chapter, The Little Girl, where we learn that children should be given freedom. It's good to be strict, but not to that level where the children are not able to express themselves, where they are not open towards the family members. So, when we are strict and also are friendly to them, they share many things, and also when they face any problem, they try to share with their family members. And in this way, everything is solved and the children do not face any problem.